All right, so there's a bunch of connecting parts here, and I don't want to forget what they are here. All right, originally the sword was supposed to get here on the 12th. That showed up on the 11th. And originally the mirror and the meteorite were supposed to get here on the 11th. And they are getting here on the 12th. It was almost like we were prepped for discernment. A test of discernment, tests of discernment. And then we received the sword. And then today, because the next object is the karma mirror, right? I had my second interaction with a specific person in the workplace. Nine of Wands energy specifically. This is a feminine energy. And I couldn't put my finger on it, like what the issue was. I could not put my finger on it, like what the problem was between us. But I figured it out today. She acts just like my mother. Same hand movements, the same way she expresses things, the way that it's all kind of, I can't say that. I'm trying to keep things polite and in a good space here. But a lot of the mannerisms that like trigger me from childhood, that aren't even like bad things to do or say, but that just remind me of my mother when she was treating me some kind of way, were present. Queen of Cups. Home. Okay. We had the Queen of Cups, the Four of Wands, and split to the Child, which my inner child was definitely like, what's going on? But this is the kind of person, should I give specifics? This is the kind of person that will come in and look at this thing over here and she'll be like, well, why is this that price? That's ridiculous. It should be twice that. And she'll throw the sticker away. And she'll then realize that the thing is broken. And that's why it's marked down. And then look at you and be like, well, you can just put another one on that then. And then walk away. You know what I mean? Like that kind of energy. Almost like very self-important. Very somebody that wants to be good at their job, that wants to be respected for being good at their job, but then isn't self-aware enough or analytical enough to actually be good at their job. That sounds really bad. I don't mean that to sound any kind of way. If anybody's watching. But the problem I'm having, I shouldn't talk about that either. All right, well, that's a conversation for a different day. But it's almost like I'm getting a reflection of my mother in my life right before we receive the mirror. And I find it so interesting. I don't know what's what over here, but I just got 3 packages and I don't know what's in them. We'll see if any of these are the regalia. But it's fascinating to me that I would receive tests around certain things before receiving the actual item. Okay, pillowcase. I'm upgrading, by the way. I'm getting silk sheets instead of satin because the satins are just not holding up well. And, I don't know, I just wanted silk. Evaporust for the necklace. The pestle for grinding the glass down. And glass bottles. They're more like vials, really. Let's see if I can show you. Yeah, glass vials for the glass, the mirror shard powder. So I have what I need. I think I've still got a funnel coming because I don't want to use cooking funnels with powdered glass. So I might wait to grind up the glass fragments until I have the funnel for it. But I'm going to put it in those little tiny bottles, and I'm not even sure how much I'm going to do yet. It's just going to be enough to like do what I need to do. But there's an energy here of taking the test before receiving the physical manifestation of the tool. And I had to assert myself today. because I've had this same situation happen with bosses in the past, where they end up getting an emotional reaction out of me. And instead of preserving my peace and walking away and not participating in somebody else's incorrect bullshit, I would allow myself to get swept up in it. I would allow myself to wind up playing that game of like, who's right, who's wrong. Let me have the logical conversation with an illogical person, because at the end of the day, that's what it is. People that try and get that kind of reaction from you are not in a state of logic. They are in a state of ego, and they want to be right. They want you to bend to them. That's the reality of the situation. And when you are not willing to bend to them, that's when they start trying to push down their thumb. So remove yourself. If that is your scenario, remove yourself from the situation. Your peace is too valuable. And upon doing that, the mirror. That is a fancy little ribbon. I think I'm going to keep that. It's got like a weird little pin. It's kind of neat. It's almost, they're iridescent kind of diamonds. And it's kind of funny that there is something coming with this that is iridescent, considering that is what we're going to be painting the sphere, the meteorite. I got this from something called Grandma's Addict, Antique, Vintage, and More. eBay. Oh, I didn't get it on eBay. I got this on Etsy. This is in French, or maybe Italian or something on it. This is a handcrafted Italian mirror. I was able to find a lot of them, not a lot, I was able to find 3 online. And this is the 3rd one. It's made of wood. No! Oh, I thought it was broken. It's just tape. How funny would it be if it came broken after all that? It really looks shattered for a second though, right? So I'm probably going to clean the glass off. It's got some spotting here, but let's see what we're looking at. So this is like the fish, almost fish-like handle I was talking about. It's actually like plants on here. It's not fish, but it reminds me of an aquatic creature. And then there's almost like fin-like webbing. And if you look at all the stuff on here, it's very ornate, but it's subtle. You know, like, I think at one point it was green, or maybe gold, and it just faded. But it's a lot more green looking on the back. And I'm not sure, I haven't decided if I want to try and paint this, but it looks like if I wanted to take the mirror out, it's actually nailed into the back. So I'm probably going to use the mirror fragment. The mirror fragment combined with like Protect-A-Coat or something, and I'm probably going to seal this down. Because I don't see myself changing the mirror or trying to pull the nails out in order to get it onto the back. I was going to rub it onto the back part of the mirror. I could if I wanted to, but I actually really like the way that feels in the hand. Let's get... I want to get that cool effect where it's like a mirror looking into a mirror looking into a mirror. Oh, there it is, almost. Oh, that's pretty cool. Anyway, I really like it. I am thinking about putting it right here. It's a little bit smaller than I thought it would be, which is actually perfect. But somewhere right over here, probably. I was actually thinking about taking the key and putting it down below, which I guess the key might even be considered like a 4th regalia. I'm not sure. The key kind of predated the entire concept. But I'm thinking I'm going to have the key going that way like the sword, that on that side, and then the Chintamani hanging from here. I got like a silver teardrop shape holder that I can like hang from a nail, or I can put it inside of like a tiny glass case and put it on some kind of makeshift like shelf. I haven't decided yet, but this is going to be the next project. And I think there's something here in the message about the origin, dealing with the origin of your karmic situations. The layer underneath is being represented now so that you can prove that you know better, you know different, that you can preserve your peace, that you will not